And thank you for joining us on this Veterans Day at 4 o'clock. I'm Tom Green.
And I'm Kim Christensen. People all over the country found time to honor those who have served our country. President Biden and Vice President Harris attended a ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery today. Biden laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier, customary for Veterans Day. And then he spoke to a crowd there, acknowledging it would be his last Veterans Day address as Commander-in-Chief.
For all the military families, to all those with a loved one still missing or unaccounted for, to all Americans grieving the loss of a loved one who wore the uniform, Jill and I want you to know we see you, we thank you, and we'll never stop working to meet our sacred obligation to you and your families.
Here in Colorado, some veterans spent the day facing their fears. We're going to have more on that story later this hour.
This week, the family of Golden police officer who died this past week will honor his life. Golden PD saying there'll be a memorial service for Officer Evan Dunn at Mission Hills Church. That'll be on Wednesday afternoon. The service for Officer Dunn is going to be private. They say anyone who wishes to pay their respects is encouraged instead to visit the memorial at the police department, and they can also gather along West County Line Road between Santa Fe and Lucent. That'll be shut down during the service. A suspected DUI driver crashed into Officer Dunn and Officer Bethany Grusing last Wednesday as they were investigating another crash. Officer Grusing was also seriously hurt, suffering a facial fracture. She is expected to recover.
It may not look or feel like it right now, but it snowed a lot in the last few days and this weekend. Not everyone was able to ride out the storm inside. And that's why one man in Denver is collecting cold weather items for people experiencing homelessness. Spencer Barnes put the call out for energy bars, water, hats, gloves, blankets. Within a matter of days, people chipped in and brought in every single item off his Amazon wish list. Now he plans to make about 250 kits with all the items that he's collected. He hopes others will be inspired to follow suit.
So I see this stuff and I know that it could mean a lot to somebody else. Small things like a beanie or gloves, that's pretty trivial to someone like myself, but being able to give that to someone that doesn't have a pair and it's 32 degrees out, that means something to me. So.
Barnes is planning a packing party soon to get all those items together, and he hopes to get them out in the next couple of weeks.
Well, it has certainly warmed up since last weekend's snowstorm. Sunny skies over Denver today. Kathy's with us now, and things are kind of settling down after that wild weekend.
It was pretty wild. We had 5 days of snow, so a lot of the snow-covered areas today saw temperatures in the 40s, while in downtown Denver, we do have clearing skies, decent travel, lots of sunshine, and temperatures warmer in the mid-50s. Still a lot of snow along the Front Range foothills, a pretty view off to the west. Your weather headlines include a fog advisory out across the eastern plains tonight, a Pacific cold front that will bring mountain snow, and that will bring some wind and isolated showers to Denver, and that will all happen in about 24 hours time. Temperatures today currently 43 in Denver, 54 in Greeley, 57 in Fort Collins. The warmer numbers are areas that didn't see a lot of rain and snow and don't have a lot of that snow cover. Winds are pretty calm right now, not a big factor. This is our storm system from last week spinning just to the east of Chicago, but the one we're watching is moving onshore in the Pacific Northwest. And see the speckly clouds in the Pacific? That's an indication of some cold air. So this will be a good mountain snow producer, not a huge moisture producer for the Front Range and Eastern Plains. So that fog advisory is something to consider if you're traveling late tonight on eastbound, say I-70 or northeast on I-76. Between now and 9 in Denver, temperatures kind of hovering in the low 50s and mid 40s. A really nice evening ahead. Coming up, the timing of the mountain snowstorm. We'll talk about that in weather in just a bit.
Today, Gabe Evans was talking about his congressional win for the first time as the race for the 8th congressional district between him and the Democratic incumbent, Yadira Caraveo, certainly was the tightest in the country. Ballot counting going on for days before Caraveo finally conceded yesterday. Today, Evans said he's looking forward to working with Caraveo and her team in the transition into office over the next few months. He also acknowledged Caraveo's service, calling it, quote, groundbreaking. The Evans win is playing a contributing role in the congressional balance of power, with Republicans already claiming the presidency in the Senate. And now with the Evans win on the board, Republicans are only 4 seats away from also taking control of the House.
With just over 2 months before Inauguration Day, President-elect Trump is filling out his cabinet, tapping long-standing allies to key positions. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest on the transition to a second Trump term.
More consequential appointments in a big week for the Trump transition team. The president-elect putting Tom Homan, his former acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, in charge of the nation's borders.
Every morning I get up, every morning I'm pissed off about what this administration did to the most secure border in my lifetime. So I'm going to go back and do what I can to fix it.
President-elect Trump saying Homan will lead, quote, all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin. Homan was a supporter of the controversial policy that separated migrant families during the first Trump term. Asked about that recently on CBS's 60 Minutes.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Democrats pushing back.
This is a guy with a cowboy attitude that constantly dehumanizes people who are simply seeking a better life in the United States.
Immigration hardliner and first Trump term veteran Stephen Miller also in line for Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, according to a source close to the transition. The president-elect tapping Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik for U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, the staunch defender of Israel, who's been outspoken about anti-Semitism on college campuses, will fill a key role at a pivotal time for the war in Gaza. Critics concerned that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's close relationship with President-elect Trump could embolden him into further escalation. President-elect Trump will meet with President Biden at the White House on Wednesday, with 2 months to go until he takes office. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Our annual 9 Cares Colorado Shares Drive is happening right now. Once again, we're trying to help fight food insecurity in our area, raising money for people in need.
And in order to do that, we're partnering with 4 food banks across Colorado. One of those, Food Bank of the Rockies, which covers the Denver metro area. Over the last few years, they've seen a huge increase in clients and those needing help. The organization says a big part of that is because people are no longer receiving the same aid they were given during the pandemic, ultimately affecting both families and food banks.
This year is different than years past in that all pandemic era supports that were in place, both for organizations like Food Bank of the Rockies and individuals and families, have ended. So we are seeing a higher rate of food insecurity across the country than we've seen in the last 10 years.
This year, we're looking to raise $750,000. That's enough to provide more than 2 million meals to Coloradans facing food insecurity. If you're able to donate, you can scan that QR code on the screen. It'll take you right to the donation page. You can also donate at checkout when you shop at King Soopers. And the donation page and all this info is on 9news.com.